Part 2 of this Chapter 10 video focuses on the concept of attitude and a scale to measure an attitudinal concept. Attitudes are a relatively enduring predisposition to respond consistently to various things, including people, activities, events, and objects. Attitudes consist of three components: the affective or the emotions or feelings involved, the cognitive or awareness or knowledge, and the behavioral or the predisposition to action. Attitudes are so important to business because they tend to predict behavior. If we know one's attitude toward a brand, we can predict with some accuracy whether he or she may purchase and use that brand's products. An attitude can be represented with a series of Likert scale items. Typically, Likert scales contain between 5 and 7 response points. A 5-item Likert scale states a phrase with which a respondent expresses agreement. The response points would be strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. Here is another example of Likert scale. Instead of using the word of agree or disagree, a researcher can also use another word, for example, satisfied or unsatisfied. A semantic differential uses a series of attitude scales anchored by bipolar adjectives and can be used to create a simple scale that directly measures one's attitude toward some object or activity. Here is another example for semantic differential scale used to measure the performance of a customer support team. Constant sum scales require the respondent to divide a constant sum into parts, indicating the weights to be given to various attributes of the item being studied. This is an example asking students to assign numbers that reflect how well students believe each instructor performed on the aspect. A forced choice question uses an even number of response points and eliminates a neutral middle from the choice set. Here lists types of forced choice answers. A multi-attribute model represents a respondent's attitude about some activities, object, event, or idea by taking belief scores assessed with some type of rating scale and then multiplying each belief score by an evaluation of the matching characteristic, also supplied using some type of rating scale, and then summing those products together. These attitude scores are expected to predict behavioral intentions with some degree of confidence. Multi-attribute models provide highly diagnostic information to competitive businesses, and thus they are widely applied.